Hey, how is it going? Welcome over the next idea, which is about Photoshop editing. This is a big industry with the Photoshop, with the image, with the design, with the graphic, and there is a lot of competition also. But there are a lot of buyers. So make sure that when you see a lot of competition, that means it's profitable. It's a profitable industry, a profitable niche, very fun competition, because that means there are a lot of buyers. And if there are a lot of buyers, there is also space for you to get sales. Well, let's take a look at the competition with the Photoshop. Photoshop. Let's take a look at the competition. High rating. I will create your custom logo design, exclusive, high quality. As you can see, so if you have skills, you can do it. If you have skills with Photoshop, you can complete this type of gig. If you don't have really skills with Photoshop, then do not create this type of gig, because it will not work. Or if you have some skills with Photoshop, for example, removing the background, you can create about a gig about removing a background. You simply search remove background. Let's take a look if it does exist. I will remove or change any background professionally, as you can see. So you can create a gig about I will remove 3 backgrounds or 5 backgrounds of your images professionally, or change or stuff like that, right? Again, you have to look at the competition, and as you can see from here, you can get a lot of ideas if you know how to work with Photoshop. If you don't know how to work with Photoshop, then do not look at this video, because this video is especially with people who can work with Photoshop or willing to learn. If you are willing to learn how to work with Photoshop, then I would suggest to go over to YouTube and look after tutorials. Look after Photoshop tutorials and start learning how to work with it. Because if you know how to work, you have a lot of unlimited possibilities of making money with Photoshop, because there are lots of sub niches, something like retouch, photo, edit image, as you can see, remove background, 15 photos. I will do professional Photoshop editing in designing less than 24 hours. There are a lot of gigs about Photoshop, and as you can see, people making money. Yes, 15 backgrounds. So if you want to do a gig like this, you have to offer more than 15, like 20 or 16. I think it takes a couple of seconds to remove the background image from an image, right? And look at, you get a lot of ideas from this place when you are going to introduce a Photoshop background or simply Photoshop. But mainly also, like I told you, please do a better gig than the competition if you want to get sales. And if you don't know how to work with Photoshop, simply do not watch this video. If you are willing to learn how to work with Photoshop, simply go over YouTube and start looking after Photoshop tutorials about removing background, about painting, about retouching, about editing, about this kind of things. You will find over YouTube any kind of tutorials about Photoshop, and if you are willing to learn, you can do it. Well, that's pretty all about this video. It's especially for people using Photoshop, using design, and being here, you can get a lot of ideas, including Photoshop. It's a hungry buyer's niche, because just a few people know how to work with Photoshop, and just a few people bother to learn how to work with Photoshop. It's better to pay $5 someone to work with Photoshop, right, than learning by yourself. So that's why a lot of people purchasing images and designs, including the Photoshop keyword. It just came up to my mind right now when I'm seeing this gig, that when you post in your title, and we are going to work over the next lectures, where I'm telling you at the end of the ideas, when I'm sharing you all the ideas I'm having and all the high quality gigs you can create using services I'm telling you, at the end we are going to also post our gig. And right now I'm seeing you a live example of a good thing is the keyword you are having of your gig. It must be posted with capitalized words, with capitalized letters. As you can see, Photoshop, it is posted like that. Okay, so thanks for watching this video. It's nothing complicated in this one. It's easy to do, you know, your research in this industry, right? And also, if you want to do it, you can do it by learning, or if you're already having skills, do it, because it's extremely powerful. Okay, so with all this said, I see you over the next videos where I'm going to share with you more interesting ideas.